presents Bob Hope Special, starring Anne Margret, John Denver, the Jackson Five, Bobby Riggs, and Les Brown and his band of renown. And now, here is the star of our show, Bob Hope.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks for that warm welcome. Thank you. But I expected it. Where else can you get a 170-pound ham for free these days? But here I am with my first show of the season. I want to thank the Watergate Committee for making room for me. Just shows that nothing one bunch of comedians won't do for another. But I'm back, and this year I'll be pushing Fords. With a gasoline shortage, so will you. Hey, I'm going to be on the air 8 times this year. There'll be 7 comedy specials, and we're hoping that this is one of them. But it looks like an exciting new season. There'll be 25 crime shows on the air. It's terrible. Last night I tried to change channels and almost got killed in the crossfire. No, it's awful. One actor got shot on NBC, and they tried, but they couldn't save him. His blood type was CBS. There'll be a lot of police shows on this year. In fact, the best way to watch your set is through your rear-view mirror. Columbo can't work. Some fiend washed his raincoat, and he can't do a thing with it. And Ironside is back. They're thinking of changing his name after all those years sitting in the wheelchair. It's not the sides that are made of iron. And Sally Field is back in a new series. Sally used to be the flying nun, but she got sick of saying, "I'm Sister Bertrill, fly me." She quit because the job was too dangerous. One time, a Mormon hijacked her to Salt Lake City. He demanded $50,000 and an autographed photo of Pat Boone. In her new show, Sally plays a girl who can read men's minds. And we just met in the hall before the show, and I shook her hand. She slapped my face. And over the summer, you know, Cannon joined Weight Watchers, and he looks great. But it's hampering him as a crime fighter. Did you ever try and run after a crook with your pants falling down? His shoulder holster is now an ankle bracelet. And you know, Lorne Greene moves from the Ponderosa to the city, and it'll be a new experience for him after 14 years of having to watch where he walked. A lot of the other shows were held up because of the writer's strike. Fortunately, I have never had to depend on writers. No, wait a minute. No. Those white cards you see flipping in front of me are part of the air conditioning. Hey, I had a very interesting summer. I put a lot of money in the stock market so I could pay for my new house in Palm Springs. And as the house went up, the market went down. You heard about my early housewarming, didn't you? At my new house, the Clinker Hilton. Well, we had a little problem with the Palm Springs Fire Department. We forgot to call for a reservation. And when we finally got a hold of them, they were on the back 9. Behind a very slow foursome. They may not be the fastest fire company in the world, but they have the best wine cellar. We're not sure about how much of the damage is covered. You know how Allstate has the motto, "You're in good hands with Allstate"? Well, our insurance company's trademark is a finger. And say, how about all those sports on TV now? Football, baseball, golf, tennis, and Bob and Carol and Ted and Alice. And you know, with the new law, the only way a home game can be blacked out is when your wife kicks in the tube. I just love sitting in my living room watching all that mayhem. It's great recreation for a coward. Have you seen what those big linemen do to each other? Colonel Sanders doesn't have the only legs that go crunch. I wish the games wouldn't show so many commercials. I don't like the way they sneak them in. At last week's Ram game, they didn't have goalposts, they had McDonald's arches. One player made a 55-yard run with an Egg McMuffin. He was finally tackled by Rodney Allen Rippey. You know, we're experiencing a gas shortage problem out here. I drove in my corner gas station and said, fill her up, and the attendant thumbed his nozzle at me. I said, it's serious. What can you do for my gas situation? And he handed me an Alka-Seltzer. And did you know that the U.S. is so short of oil, we may have to start draining Dean Martin's hair? And if we can't get oil from the Arabs, we're really in trouble. We'll have to ask Texas. No, the Arabs say they need oil themselves. They really do. There's nothing worse than a squeaky camel. And Israel is frantically drilling for oil. So far, they've only struck chicken soup. No, Israel has a big oil problem. It's all Charlton Heston's fault. When he led his people out of Egypt, she should have turned right. And they're having trouble finding oil because every time they dig a hole, Jessel plants a tree in it. And the energy shortage is very, very serious. I mean, it caused one big tragedy in Hollywood. This week, Glenn Campbell's hairdryer had a brownout. Hey, how about all the shortages that are going on? I phoned my neighborhood grocer and said, what's new? And he said, sorry, we're all out of that. And I saw a sign in our market, special, 39 cents a dozen. I said, eggs, 39 cents a dozen? The clerk said, no, raisins. And, of course, inflation has really affected the giveaway shows. A couple came to Let's Make a Deal dressed as a meatloaf, and Monty Hall ate them. Unless the boys in Washington do something about inflation fast, the odds are 2 to 1 that 5 will get you 2. The dollar's been stretched so far, George Washington now has a space between his teeth. Hey, we think we have a large one to open the season with. What a show this is. What a cast. The Jackson Five for the teenagers, John Denver for nature lovers, Ann Margret for nature lovers, and Bobby Riggs for Nick the Greek. No, Bobby's on the show, you know. You know Bobby, the man with the kung fu mouth? Hey, how about that match? It was really the men challenging the women. And you know Billie Jean may get her own TV cooking show? She proves she knows how to barbecue a pig. And women are really asserting themselves now. This morning I received an obscene phone call from Shirley Temple. But I think we're going too far. Well, next we'll have women on the Supreme Court. Imagine that, Supreme Court justices wearing pants. No, there seems to be certain jobs women are better suited for, like airline stewardesses. You know, they tried men, but somehow I'm Irving Fly-Me just doesn't make it.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Burbank Astrodome for the match of the century. Bobby Higgs versus Billie Jean Margret, the greatest male-female confrontation since the original flap over the apple. And as you recall, the snake won that one, too. And now it's time to introduce our contestants, and may the best person win. First, the pride of San Francisco, California, the beautiful, incomparable queen of women's tennis, the fighting symbol of liberated womanhood, the one and only Billie Jean Margret.
Here she is, on a tennis court, she really is a whiz. See those serves, see those curves. Bobby Higgs will get what he deserves. The final score will reveal his fate. From here it looks like 36, 26, 38. Wow! Here she is.
Tennis lovers. And thank you, believers in equality for women. I'm gonna show him no mercy. Whap! When I finish with Bobby, he'll look like he's been trapped in the roller derby.
He's putting up a good front. But the question is, can the best woman player in the world beat the cagiest con man in the world? And here he is, the idol of the prune juice set, the marvel of Medicare, the irrepressible Bobby Higgs.
Pussycat!
Rock 'em, sock 'em, ding 'em, bang 'em, rip 'em, zap 'em, then we'll hang 'em. This will be a tragic scene. He'll demolish Billie Jean. Bobby, Bobby, Bobby! Hooray!
Oh, thank you, ding-a-lings. Thank you.
How about a kiss, Bobby?
No, that's another sport, please.
Please.
I must be strong.
Oh, a kiss?
All right, but just with one lip, huh? Now, whoa, wait a minute. You only go around once. Wait a minute. Take your gusto where you find it. There. Get your numbers and come back. I'll meet you at the baseline.
Bobby, do you think Billie Jean has any chance at all?
Oh, it'll be close. It'll be close. You take away her forecourt and a great backcourt, and what has she got? I got a better forehand, better backhand, and much prettier legs.
Are those your legs? I thought they were two obsolete road maps.
Oh, my worthy opponent, a pity. I've just lost $100.
How's that?
I bet you wouldn't show up.
Oh, I wouldn't miss you for anything. I dig antiques.
Are you joshing? I just passed 40.
Which way were you going?
Girl, how could you possibly hope to beat me? Look at you. You're so soft, so round, so fragile, so delicate.
Anything else?
Yes, may I bite the back of your neck?
Have you had your distemper shot?
Look, I'm gonna give this woman every break. I'm gonna play blindfolded.
Forget my sex.
That's why I'm playing blindfolded.
I suppose you're gonna take it easy on me because I'm a woman.
I would if I could, honey. Unfortunately, there's no slow button on a tiger.
Some tiger. Didn't I see you in an Alpo commercial?
Let me remind you, there isn't anything a woman can do that a man can't do better.
Oh, really? How many cards did you get on Mother's Day? Maybe I can psych you out of this match.
No way. No way. No way.
All right, gentlemen, ladies, let the match begin.
No way.
Service, Mr. Higgs.
You better hit it before you rust.
Well, didn't you see the ball? I aced you twice already. All right, I'll give you a nice, easy one. Hey, how about booking me in Vegas? I don't care. I'll play the Gold Diggers.
Dame and first set, Mr. Higgs. Service, Billie Jean Margret.
Okay, you got your tricks. I've got a few of mine.
Hey, Brown, she's not using regulation equipment. Hey, that's illegal. Her backfield's in motion.
Aim and set to Billie Jean.
Wait a minute. I won that last point. Aren't you watching me?
For what?
Oh, wow. Okay, two can play at that game. I want to tell you that. Burt Reynolds, eat your heart out.
What is this, the last tango in Sun City? Oh, now I know who you are. Jonathan Livingston Chicken.
This is deplorable. It's deteriorated into a tawdry, tasteless travesty on the time-honored game of tennis. I declare this contest null and void.
Now, wait, that's nice words, but who gets the 100 grand?
Billie Jean. She displayed, among other things, better sportsmanship.
Thank you. And no hard feelings?
Well, of course not. I don't need the money. My needs are small. I have my lonely room, my crust of bread, my pitiful Social Security check. I can always earn a few extra pennies sewing the fuzz back on old tennis balls. No, I'll go. I'm ready to meet that great lion judge in the sky, and I leave knowing I fought the good fight, always modest in victory, ever graceful in defeat. I don't have the strength to go on, so this is my goodbye to tennis. So goodbye, Forest Hills. Hello, Forest Lawn.
That's terrible. Here, you take it.
Oh, bless you. Now I can buy food.
Food? That's for acting lessons.
Are you lost?
I don't think so. I turned left at Colorado Springs. Aren't you Denver?
Who are you?
I'm your twin brother, Irving, Idaho.
Come on now. Nobody ever told me about a twin brother. I can't believe we were born at the same time.
Me neither. I can't get over how you've aged.
Where have you been all these years?
Oh, up in the mountains, I wanted to record the sound of the bighorn sheep butting heads. Never could run across more than one of them. Well, I'll never do that again.
What have you been living on?
Mostly Excedrin.
You must really love nature.
Yeah, I'm an ecology freak. I love to be away from the freeways, the crowds, and the supermarkets. Nothing but the trees and the good earth to sustain me.
Oh, yeah? Well, how'd you make out?
I starved. There was just me and this squirrel. We were inseparable. All winter long, he followed me wherever I went.
Because you befriended him?
No, because I stole his nuts. But this is the happiest day of my life. I found my brother, and now we can work as a team.
You want to work with me? What do you know about music?
Nothing, and I have the gold records to prove it.
Listen, since you're my brother, the least I can do is give you a chance.
Great, I'll do a number I wrote myself, all alone up there in the mountains.
You play your snowshoes?
So does he.
Now, listen, you don't need that. I'll play for you. Now, let's hear that song you wrote.
Okay. There ain't nothing I can do, and you know that I have tried. You can see these tears, and I don't have to tell you how I've cried. Ain't nowhere I can go that I'd really care to ride, 'cause it's lonesome in the saddle since my old horse died. You following me?
Yeah, but if I could find my way back alone, I'd leave now.
Now I've got the miseries, and what's more, I'm feeling hurt. I've been crying me a river, and it's spoiling my new shirt. And good old Paint, he also has a teardrop in his eye. That's 'cause I'm not there to clean that great old stable in the sky.
It really is sad.
It gets worse. In fact, I can't face it alone. Look, latch on to it with me, huh?
All right.
Since that nag turned up his shoes, I can't sleep and I can't eat.
I've got this empty feeling right here underneath my seat.
And now you guessed the reason why I'm feeling mighty blue. 'Cause I could have made $100 by selling him for glue. Well, tell me, what do you think of my singing?
Were you ever a stewardess for National Airlines?
Right.
Flight 12 now leaving from gate 31. Flight 12 now leaving from gate 31. Passengers will please check baggage through security.
There you are. Have a good trip. Only a few days.
Hey, aren't you going to check him?
Not him. Nobody checks the new Secretary of State. Well, it's been quite a quiet day. Nothing weird has happened so far. Spoke too soon. Hey, I think we have a live one. Hey, listen, come here. Come here. Hey, what is that? It ain't New Year's Eve. Aren't you Bobby Riggs?
Keep it down.
Come on, you're Bobby Riggs, aren't you?
I refuse to answer on the grounds you may have bet on me.
Well, if you're Bobby Riggs, how about an autograph? You got a pen?
You kidding? My manager took away everything sharp.
Well, what are you doing here at the airport?
When the going gets tough, the tough get going.
Yeah? What have you got here?
No, don't.
Wait, let me see this. You with a guitar case? I want to see this. Oh, come on. You're sneaking out of the country with your racket and a guitar case?
Wouldn't you?
Yeah. Well, why this decrepit old man disguise?
If Jimmy the Greek catches me, I'll look this way without a disguise.
Well, if you're trying to slip out of the country, why don't you wear a dress?
Are you kidding? I'd be recognized instantly.
Well, you could have bought one from Geraldine. I'm telling you, Bobby, you disappointed us male chauvinists, you know. First phrase of the lion, now this.
It's not my fault. She ruined my game plan.
How?
By showing up. Of course, Billie Jean is a fine tennis player. I always felt deep inside that there was a possibility I'd lose.
Yeah? So how come you hired Madison Square Garden for the victory party?
Dodger Stadium was closed for mourning.
Anyway, what about the match? What happened to you?
Well, my vitamin pills backfired. And the delivery man was late with my Gatorade. Maybe that's why I tripped over my truss. You think I was overtrained?
Overtrained. You were out every night dancing with the booze and the beautiful women. What do you call that?
Living.
At 55?
You do it right, and you don't need 56.
I want to tell you, you violated the hustler's code. Never let thy mouth promise anything thy legs can't deliver.
Is that from the Bible?
No, Sanford and Son. You know, Bobby, what tickled me is between the first and second sets, you disappeared. Where'd you go?
To call dial a prayer.
Well, that sure didn't work.
How could it? A woman answered.
Well, you're not giving up sports, are you?
No. In fact, I'm going to Indian wrestle Raquel Welch for $10,000.
$10,000?
Yes, and I'll be glad to pay it.
Well, anyway, I tell you, I hope you realize what you did by losing. You got all of us behind you with your male chauvinist piggery, and where did we wind up? Back in the kitchen. What kind of a future is that for me? Barefoot and pregnant at my age.
Flight 12 now boarding at gate 31.
That's me, the proud bird with the busted tail.
Whoa, wait a minute. Wait. I have to check your baggage. Wait just a second here.
I have to leave the country. I'm through. Women hate me because I insulted them. Men hate me because I lost to a woman. I blew a fortune. And worst of all, I'm over the hill.
Over the hill? What's on the other side, Fort Knox? Must be $100,000 here.
$125,308.55. A gallon of high karate aftershave. Hey, and keep your hands off my sugar daddy.
Wait a minute, what's this, a hot water bottle?
A gift from Rosie Casals. It arrived with a lovely Get Sick card.
Wait a minute, what's this? Mickey Rooney's surfboard?
No, Howard Cosell's tongue depressor.
Attention, last call, international flight 12.
That's me.
All
I'll
right.
be seeing you.
Okay. There you are. Tommy, where are you heading for?
Denmark.
Denmark? What for?
The operation.
Operation? What operation?
If you can't lick 'em, join 'em.
Jackson 5. Yeah. Hey, are you all really brothers?
Well, we ain't sisters.
You never know. Well, you always have trouble with these kids who come up too fast, don't you?
Fast? We worked weeks to get where we are.
That long, huh? What held you back?
Too much homework.
I better explain that. Not in show business, not all brother acts are really brothers, but this group is strictly kosher. Non-ethnically speaking, of course. All the kids are smashing off tackle. You guys are busting the charts. How did it all happen?
Well, you see, our mom and dad taught us how to sing and dance. Then they bought us our instruments. Then they made our arrangement.
And before that, they made us.
Yeah, I hear they're sticklers for even the smallest details. Hey, I can't get over you guys. Television, concerts, records, you're always working.
Well, you gotta make it while you can. The public is fickle and musical trends changes so fast.
I know. I heard of one group that became obsolete before they could get off the bus.
You're lucky you're a comedian, Mr. Hope. People seem to laugh at the same things for years.
That's all we need, a midget Don Rickles. Well, are all the hit groups this young?
Young? Jackie's 21.
Yeah, he's old enough to be an Osmond brother.
21. I got Geritol older than that. Hey, I got an idea. How about me joining you in your next number?
Sorry, Bob, but this is strictly a family thing.
Now, wait a minute. I've sung with the greatest. Diana Ross, Tony Bennett, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis, Sinatra.
That's fine, but we just can't take the chance.
Chance? What do you mean?
Well, they've got it made, but we're just starting out.
You want to wind up in Jack in the Box? Les? Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us for our first special of the new season. I want to thank these guest stars. Anne Margret, who's seated #1 in my tournament anytime. John Denver, who respects every living creature. The only thing he ever stuffed is a guitar. Jackson 5, who without clever family planning might have been the Jackson 1. And Bobby Riggs. What can you say about a 55-year-old hustler who died in Houston and came back just to be with us tonight? Bobby! I want to tell you, Bobby, we love you. Good luck. We look forward to seeing you next year fixing cars in the Soapbox Derby. Good night. See y'all next month.